So today we're checking out a new Sencut, the Pulsewave. Now this one's in 9CR, 18 MOV steel, and micarta. And I do really like the look of this thing. You know, it has a drop point blade that kind of spears out a little bit, and you guys know I love that style blade shape. I know it's starting to become very common and everything, but it works. You know, it's a useful blade shape. Now the micarta, decent quality, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's an affordable knife, so you know I don't expect it to have high quality micarta, but this is great quality micarta for the price. T8 hardware all the way around. You know, as we all know, Sencut, Civivi, and we have just mastered the button lock action. This is really well done. The detent is really good. The jimping on the flipper tab is perfect. The leverage point from the flipper tab is good. The amount of detent strength from the button lock is very well done. The thumb studs are placed in a nice place. They're relatively far from the handle, which allows you to get maximum leverage. Even if you're doing the reverse flick, you have plenty of room to fit your finger in there, which does feel pretty satisfying for the thumb flick. Sharpening tool and plunge grind, not too shabby. You know, you got plenty of life to sharpen off, and you can kind of use it as a choke up spot. The ergonomics are perfect. You know, like the size of the handle, at least for my hand, it does work. You are a little bit away from the edge, but you can always choke up. Obviously the drop being a button lock, it's going to be fall shut. Deep carry clip, inset with flat screws, and you know, they're clips, you know, it's a budget clip, but it works. You know, it's going to work exactly for what you need it for. 9CR 18 MOV, good steel for the money. You know, it's it's not a premium steel in any way, shape, or form. It is a very simple steel, very similar to 440C, but you know, for the price, that steel's good to go. It's going to sharpen up really easily. It's going to sharpen up really well, taking a good edge. It'll hold it fairly decently. You know, it's not going to be the longest edge holding steel, but it'll definitely hold an edge fairly well. And then in between sharpenings, it will hone and strap back very easily. 9CR does that. You know, it's a simple steel, so it's very easy to do that. Now, as far as, you know, use and everything, you know, with the blade shape, with the handle, this is going to work very, very well. You know, the reverse grip is not going to be the most comfortable, but you could always just pinch it like this, you know, if you had to. The flipper tab is a little bit in the way, but regardless, you know, it's not really for that. In the forward grip, what it's designed for, you're going to be able to do utility cuts. You're going to be able to cut down on surfaces. Good geometry for slicing. I like it. I do like it. Now, I do have some negatives, though, and they're very minor, and it's really only one serious one, and that is the placement of the stop pin. They put the stop pin back here. Now, yeah, they put it right there. That is the dumbest place to put a stop pin. So, to me, that's almost a deal breaker because you know, when it's right there, right? What steel am I supposed to be sharpening when I sharpen this knife? This is supposed to be a user, by the way, right? This is an affordable knife, so this is a knife you will see a lot of use on, right? You know, this is the knife that you will probably use more than your $1,000 knife or, you know, $200 knife. You know, this is going to be something you'll abuse a little bit more, so you're more likely to chip the edge. You're more likely to need to sharpen it more often. It's only 9CR 18 MOV steel, so of course you're going to have to sharpen it, right? So when you sharpen it, what steel are you supposed to remove? The edge, right? That steel gets removed, and what happens? The edge gets higher and higher and higher and higher, and that is the steel that the stop pin needs right there. So how many sharpenings is that? I'm gonna say that's like, if I'm being conservative and I'm doing their edge angle, it's like 10 sharpenings. But if I lower back the edge angle and do my sharpening, like 15 degrees, 17 degrees per side, I got like 4 sharpenings in before I'm gonna hit that, maybe 5. It's very close to the edge. That doesn't make sense. And you know, for a knife that's done so well, why do that? Because now when you do sharpen into that, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have detent lash, or it might not even close all the way. You know, luckily the button lock should hold it in place when it closes. So, but I'm not sure. You know, hopefully I can see it hitting, so I know it's a stop pin. Otherwise, you know, it wouldn't be hitting. So I know it's a stop pin. So all in all, you know, that to me is a massive, massive bad thing, massive downfall. And to me personally, that's a deal breaker, because anytime a company makes it to where I can't even sharpen my knife, you know, that's a problem, right? Now, granted, you'll get a few sharpenings in, and some people might argue that you'll get your money's worth out of it. Yeah, maybe. What if you drop it and you chip on your edge? You can't take that steel from the spine. You have to take it from the edge, right? Anyways, one other tiny nitpick is just, I wish the thumb studs were the other thumb studs. These ones, you know, while they work really well and they're placed in such a good spot, they work extremely well. I like the one that has the jimping around the edges, the spiral, where you actually have like a flat surface to place your finger rather than a crowned top. These can tend to feel a little slippery compared to the ones I'm talking about. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you guys can see the difference in what I'm talking about. Now, that doesn't make these bad, so this is just a tiny little nitpick. I just wish they were those thumb studs rather than these ones. But like I said, you know, on this particular knife, you know, it works because of the placement they put them in, and the tension and the leverage and the detent and all that stuff. You know, it winds up working out really, really well on this exact knife. But on other knives, you know, it might be an issue. Not an issue. You'd probably prefer the other thumb studs a little bit more. On this model, it just happens to work. Other than that, I do like that they use TA hardware all the way around. I love the action. I love the style. I love the size. I love everything else. So anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.